Do you ever feel like you're surrounded by negativity, constantly encountering people who bring you down? It's time to protect yourself from bad influences. In this video, we'll explore the timeless wisdom of legendary samurai Miyamoto Musashi, learning how to safeguard our peace and maintain our personal power. Lesson 1. Trust your instincts. Trusting your gut is the first thing you should do to stay safe from bad people. Musashi told his students to be very aware of their surroundings and trust their gut feelings, and he often talked about how important perception was in battle. In our everyday lives, this concept is just as important. It's in our nature to have instincts, which can help us avoid harm even when we're not aware of it. Our inner mind picks up on clues that aren't obvious at first glance. These could be things like behavior that doesn't make sense, a voice that doesn't match what they're saying, or feeling uneasy around certain people. Musashi would say that ignoring these feelings is like going into war without any weapons. You might meet someone new who at first glance seems nice, but there's something off about them. They might ask too many personal questions or do little things that make you feel bad. You should trust your gut in this case, which means realizing that something is wrong and taking steps to get away or move slowly. Musashi thought that who could read the situation better and act more quickly often decided who won a fight. In life, following your gut can mean the difference between getting into dangerous situations and staying away from them. We live in a world full of information and distractions all the time, so it's easy to ignore our gut feelings in favor of logic or peer pressure. Sometimes we might doubt ourselves and think we are being too anxious or overreacting. But Musashi shows us that our instincts are strong because of what we've been through and should not be brushed off easily. If you have a bad feeling that something is wrong, it's likely that your subconscious has sensed a threat that your conscious mind hasn't yet noticed. Musashi said that to improve your instincts, you should stay in touch with your inner self and practice mindfulness. You can do this by meditating, thinking, or just paying more attention to how you feel in different scenarios. You can learn to tell the difference between real sense and irrational fear over time. This will help you choose who to trust and how to stay safe. So, following your gut doesn't mean you're paranoid or too careful. It means paying attention to and acting on the signs that your body and mind give you when there is a chance of danger. By doing this, you can keep harmful people away and face life's difficulties with more confidence and clarity, just like Musashi did on the battlefield by always trusting his gut. Lesson 2. Set clear boundaries. Setting clear boundaries is a crucial lesson in keeping bad people away. These boundaries can be mental, emotional, or spiritual, and Musashi's teachings emphasize the importance of knowing your boundaries and maintaining calm during tough times. They act as thin lines that protect your room, time, values, and feelings, and can be easily crossed by others. Bad people often use unclear or weak limits to hurt, control, or manipulate others. To protect your limits like a warrior, it is essential to be clear about your goals and actions, stick to them, and maintain consistency. Consistency makes your limits stronger and teaches others to accept them. Boundaries are not just there to keep bad people out, but also to keep the good in you safe. Musashi's worldview emphasizes the importance of respecting yourself and being strong inside. By setting limits, you can protect your energy, time, and mental health, which are all important for living a balanced and satisfying life. It is important to know that limits can change over time, as things may change as you grow and change. Musashi was adept at changing with the times, so be ready to reevaluate your limits and make changes as needed. This could mean being less strict in some areas and more strict in others. Setting clear limits is a strong way to keep bad people away, and it requires knowing your worth, being clear about your limits, and being brave enough to stick to them. This creates a shield around you that keeps out bad things and allows you to grow, just like Musashi did when he learned the art of self-discipline and strategy. Lesson 3. Stay informed and educated. To keep bad people away, the third thing you should do is stay educated and aware. Musashi was always trying to learn new things and get better at what he already knew. His understanding that not knowing something made him weak is a lesson that we can still use today. You need to know things about people, events, and the world around you in order to stay safe. Bad people often take advantage of people who don't know what's going on. They might trick, lie, or spread false information to take advantage of other people. You are less likely to fall for these tricks if you stay aware. For instance, knowing about common ways to trick someone, like gaslighting or love bombing, can help you spot when they are trying to control you or trick you. You can better protect yourself if you know more. Musashi would tell you to have the attitude of always learning. This doesn't just mean going to school, though that can be helpful. It also means learning from your own experiences, watching how other people act, and looking for information that can help you deal with the problems you face in life. For example, if you notice that someone always twists your words or makes you question yourself, learning about psychological tricks like gaslighting can help you figure out what's going on and what to do about it. Keeping up with the news also means being aware of the people and places around you. To get the upper hand in fight, Musashi was known for being able to quickly notice what was going on around him. In the same way, you should try to pay attention to how things are going around you. Watch how people treat you and other people, and be on the lookout for any red flags or alerts. This could mean spotting trends of lying, not being honest, or manipulating others. You can spot possible threats before they get worse if you stay alert. Along with knowing about other people, it's important to know what's going on in the world. This means keeping up with events, trends, and social changes that might have an effect on your life. One way to protect your privacy and stay away from being manipulated by focused content on social media is to understand how the algorithms work. In the same way, knowing what benefits the law gives you in your country can give you the courage to stand up for your rights if someone tries to hurt you. Musashi's focus on tactics is also useful here. Staying informed lets you think about possible threats and make plans for how to handle them. For instance, if you know that someone has a past of being manipulative, you can mentally and emotionally get ready to deal with them. Setting clear limits, being ready to say no, or just deciding to spend less time with that person could help you do this. Getting help from reliable sources is another important part of staying informed. Musashi was known to talk to other warriors and learn from what they did. In the same way, you can gain from what other people know and have learned. This could mean getting help from family, friends, or experts who know how to deal with difficult people. You can gain useful insights and avoid common mistakes by studying what they did. So, one important way to keep yourself safe from bad people is to stay aware and educated. There is strength in knowledge, and the more you know, the better you can handle the problems you face in life. By always wanting to learn new things, being aware of your surroundings, and getting help from people you trust, you can keep yourself safe and live a more fulfilling and powerful life, just like Musashi did by always trying to learn and get better. Lesson 4. Surround yourself with supportive people. Putting yourself around positive people is the fourth thing you can do to keep bad people away. And even though he was known for living alone, Musashi knew how important friends were. It was clear to him that no fighter could do well by himself. Even the best samurai needed help from time to time. This rule applies to our lives. Having a strong support system is important for keeping yourself safe from bad people. People who are helpful protect you from bad effects. They give you a safe place to talk about your thoughts, get help, and see things from a different point of view. Some people are more likely to abuse or manipulate you if you surround yourself with positive, trustworthy people. These people can help you figure things out, give you advice, and even support you if you need it. Musashi would tell you to be careful about who you choose to fight with. He chose his soldiers based on their skills, loyalty, and honesty, and you should do the same. Look for people who truly care about your well-being. These people could be trustworthy friends, family, teachers, or even coworkers who have shown they are there for you. Having friends and family who share your views and will be there for you when things go wrong is important. One of the best things about having a network of people who care about you is that it gives you new ideas. Musashi respected other people's ideas and was known to have conversations with other warriors to learn more. In the same way, the people in your network of support can give you different points of view that can help you get through tough situations. For instance, if you're working with a toxic person, a reliable friend may be able to show you patterns or behaviors you hadn't seen. They can help you see things more clearly and decide what to do. People who are supportive can also help you set clear limits. You are less likely to put up with bad treatment when you have a strong network of people who will stand by you. Musashi thought that people who work together are stronger, and this togetherness can keep bad people away from you. People who want to hurt you are less likely to succeed if they know that you are not alone and that other people will protect you. Having encouraging people around you can also boost your confidence and sense of self-worth. Musashi was known for having unwavering confidence, which came from his skills, knowledge, and the help of his friends. Helpful people who believe in you make it easier to stand up for yourself and not give in to manipulation. People who are bad for you have less of an effect on you because you become stronger. Being a helpful person yourself is also a good way to add to your support network. In his relationships, Musashi valued giving and receiving respect. By giving others support, guidance, and understanding, you make your connections stronger and build a network that protects and empowers you. This support for each other makes a good environment where everyone does well and gains. This means that surrounding yourself with good people is a strong way to keep bad people away. A strong network protects you by giving you advice, setting clear limits, and mental support. By being selective about your allies, helping others, and building a network of reliable people, you can keep yourself safe and face life's problems with confidence, just like Musashi did by surrounding himself with skilled and loyal allies. Lesson 5. Limit personal information sharing. Musashi, a renowned Japanese strategist, believed that sharing personal information is crucial to stay safe from bad people. He believed that too much information can leave us open to manipulation, exploitation, or harm. Today, people are encouraged to share everything about their lives on social media, which can make it easy to forget the importance of privacy. Bad people can use the information you give them to trick you or take advantage of your weaknesses. Musashi would advise being careful about what you share and who you share it with. For example, telling someone you don't fully trust about your money problems, personal problems, or close relationships can give them power over you, controlling your actions, playing with your feelings, or even threatening you with harm. Knowledge is power, and it can be used as a tool if it gets into the wrong hands. Setting limits on personal information is a good way to keep yourself safe. This means being picky about what you share and who you share it with. Before telling someone something, think about whether they need to know it and whether you can trust them to keep it secret. Musashi would tell you to be extra careful because it's better to be safe than to give someone the tools they need to hurt you. Being aware of sneaky ways people might try to get information from you is another way to limit the sharing of personal information. Bad people often use social media to find out more about people they might want to hurt. To limit the sharing of personal information, you need to know when to stop, even with people you trust. Musashi believed in self-control and self-discipline, and you don't have to tell someone everything about your life just because you trust them. Some things are fine to keep secret, even from people close to you. So, one important way to keep bad people away is to limit the sharing of personal information. By being careful about what you tell people and who you tell it to, you can lower your risk of being manipulated, exploited, or hurt. Lesson 6. Be observant and vigilant. Musashi, a renowned tactician, believed that being alert and careful was crucial for survival on the battlefield. Being aware of one's surroundings and alert can help spot danger early and take steps to protect oneself before it worsens. Observation involves recognizing trends and details in the world around us, while vigilance involves being mentally and emotionally ready to deal with potential threats. In battle, Musashi stressed the importance of paying close attention to opponents and noticing even the smallest changes in their posture or expression. This approach can help protect oneself from bad people by noticing contradictions in actions, such as vagueness or dishonesty. Being vigilant means being mentally and emotionally prepared to deal with potential threats, even when dealing with others. Musashi's advice for staying safe involves being aware of how people around you act and ready to act if something doesn't feel right. If someone is trying to cut you off from your support network or constantly putting down your confidence, it's important to stay alert and act quickly, whether that means setting limits, separating yourself from the person, or asking for help. Being aware also includes being aware of one's surroundings. Musashi believed that repetition and practice were essential for improving observational skills. Over time, one can become better at spotting when someone is trying to trick or hurt them. Examples of this include putting blame on someone else, avoiding responsibility, or making you feel bad for setting limits. Being vigilant also means taking steps to keep oneself safe. In real life, one might need to protect their privacy, set limits before they are broken, or stay away from someone who shows warning signs. By taking the initiative, one can stay in charge and make it less likely that someone will surprise them with bad intents. So, being aware and careful is an essential part of keeping oneself safe from bad people. By paying attention to others' actions, staying alert for potential threats, and taking steps to protect oneself, one can face challenges with more confidence and safety. Lesson 7. Learn to say no. To keep bad people away, the last thing you need to learn is how to say no. Musashi knew how powerful it was to say no. He was very disciplined and controlled himself. In battle, it was often a matter of life for him to say no to an engagement that didn't fit with his plan. Being able to say no is an important skill that will help you keep your time, energy, and health. It can be hard to say no, especially if you are usually flexible or are afraid of letting other people down. But Musashi would say that saying no is an act of self-respect and an important part of staying true to yourself. You shouldn't feel like you have to say yes to every request, demand, or offer that comes your way, just like he wouldn't get into a fight that he thought was pointless or bad for him. People who are bad often take advantage of people who are afraid to say no. They know that many people find it hard to say no, so they may use guilt, trickery, or pressure to get what they want. Musashi would tell you to be aware of these tricks and be strong in your decision to say no when something doesn't work out for you. To learn to say no, you need to know your limits and what's most important to you. Musashi was known for having a clear sense of what he wanted to do. He didn't let distractions or responsibilities get in the way of his plans. This means that you need to know what's important to you and not let other people get in the way of your goals or ideals. Saying no is a way to respect your own needs and limits, like when someone asks you to do something that goes against your values or that you just don't have the time or energy for. You also need to be sure of yourself and bold to say no. If it meant keeping true to his beliefs, Musashi wasn't afraid to stand alone. Also, you need to be ready to say no, even if it means being criticized or disapproved of. It is important to remember that saying no is not selfish or mean. It is a way to protect your health and make sure you don't take on too much or get involved in situations that could be damaging. Musashi says that the best way to say no is to be clear and direct in your conversation. If you already know you don't want to do it, don't say something unclear like maybe or I'll think about it. Stick to the facts and say something like, I'm sorry, but I can't do that, or thank you for thinking of me, but I'm going to have to pass. Musashi thought that clear refusal was powerful, and being clear about your refusal is a way to take control of your life. You should get used to saying no in less important situations so that you gain the courage to do so when it means the most. You could start by saying no to a social invitation you don't want to go to, or to a favor you don't feel safe doing. This is what Musashi would probably tell you to do. As you get used to saying no, it will get easier to do in tougher scenarios. So, if you want to stay safe from bad people, you need to learn how to say no. It gives you back power over your life, lets you set clear limits, and puts your own health first. In this case, Musashi's teachings on discipline, clarity, and decisiveness are helpful because they tell us that saying no is not a weakness but a strength. You can keep yourself safe, stay true to your values, and live a more powerful and satisfying life if you learn to say no.